Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und Hallo zu einem weiteren Part Let's Play Fake Grand Order. Ihr seht es, Leute. Oh mein Gott, es ist sogar animiert. Das schwarze Loch innerhalb von Camelot breitet sich aus. Und es ist zu einem Feuer geworden, was die ganze Insel, die ganze Welt verschluckt. Die Feen sind in Aufruhr, schlachten sich gegenseitig ab, die Moors tauchen auf. Beim letzten Mal wurde Murian von einem unbekannten Eindringling umgebracht, so wie es aussieht. Barges läuft amok und ist hier im Fluch erlegen. Und ich denke mal, wenn wir noch Manchester kommen, werden wir auch sehen, wie schlimm. Wir haben die Shadow Border erreicht, doch merken, dass hier sehr, sehr viel Schlimmes passiert. Und es ist nun wirklich Zeit, mal hier einen Zahn zuzulegen, denn Britannien steht kurz davor, endgültig ausgelöscht zu werden. Und Cernunnos, der Gott innerhalb, der in einem Loch unterhalb von Camelot war, ist wahrscheinlich nun kurz davor, wieder aufzustehen. So, die Shadow Border ist nun bereit und fliegt hier nach Manchester, wo das Feuer, was Britannien hier verschlingt, begonnen hat. Oh, die Musik!
What the devil's going on here? It's only been a day and a half. How is all of Britain burning in only a day and a half? I mean, I knew most were bad news, but this is unbelievable.
No, Master, use fire. Something else did this. This has gotta be the Red Calamity. Looks like the fire's coming from Manchester. Ich hab's angekündigt. Baggy. Isn't that where they made the promise with barges? That we'd help some ferries migrate to Puppy Ministry if things weren't belly up? That's right. Barges told me about that. She said he had already talked to Manchester's resident about the prospect of migrating outside Britain. And that they all loved the idea. Then we need to hurry there now. That's where we were headed. We need to find out what's causing the fire anyway. It'll be something of a detour, but it shouldn't affect our entry route into the pit. How are things on your end, Da Vinci? Our system's green. We are making good time at 60 knots or 111 Kilometer. Keine Ahnung, was KPR sind. You want to leave Manchester, right? I was just thinking we should make that our first step too. We have to keep our promise to barges after all. We should be there in 10 minutes, but it's surrounded by a massive fire. At least the ferries inside should be safe. The town ramparts ought to keep the fire out. We have to move the ferries into the storm border all at once, since there won't be time to guide them one at a time. So Maxie, I'd like you and Mitch to head ahead of us and let them know we're coming. I sent the Shadow Border down to the surface as soon as we arrive in Manchester's airspace. It'll land automatically, but you still need a driver to get there. Can you do that, Miniru?
Sure thing. I guess I'm the only one who can, since Chubby gotta stay out as a commander.
I'm impressed you accepted so rapidly, Miniru. But I suppose you are the border's longest serving pilot.
Ha! Oh, well, yeah, pretty much. Besides, I've had it easy up until now.
Great. Okay, I'm counting on you guys to round everyone up and fill them. Will do. Just be ready to welcome them aboard. Sind alle tot. Sind alle tot, Leute. Achilles. Wie ist der nochmal nicht Achilles? Adonis. Alle sind tot. Belgi hat sie gefressen.
Man, I feel like a paratrooper. Da Vinci brought up an autopilot mode for everything. Scanning for hostile entities. Good. No more nearby outside temperatures. 1,000 degrees Celsius? That's like running around in the forest fire. Make sure your missile cards are good and secure, Maxi. Alright. Full speed ahead to Manchester. Let's go.
Ja, ein bisschen warm. Ich würde trotzdem mit braun, oder? Up ahead. We're heading out.
Huh? Miniru, that's just locked. We need you to. I'm sorry, I can't. You can't go out there now. Damn it. What's the hell going on there? You guys said Manchester was supposed to be this quaint, idyllic town, right? So what the hell am I looking at? Miniru, what are you talking about?
Come look at the monitor. Alter! Das sieht auch furchtbar aus, das was wir bis jetzt gesehen haben.
What? Oh, das? The corpses. I got the mountain of corpses. And not just fairies, humans too. And they didn't die in the fire.
Ja genau, die wurden nämlich hier gehängt.
The human corpses are all torn apart. It looks like by fangs. And the fairies were hacked to bits with swords. Which means
the humans were eaten alive.
Help! Help! She's gonna kill me! She's gonna kill me! Something wrong with Lady Barges. I don't wanna die. I don't wanna die. She said we would all survive. She said Chaldea would keep us safe, even if the calamity is stuck here. No, I don't wanna die anymore. I hate fire. I hate night. Help! Help! Save me, Oberon! I don't wanna be born just to be killed all over again.
The black dog.
Barges? That's Barges? She doesn't look anything like you described in your reports. Did she do this to Manchester?
I've gotta get out there.
Maxie, get back here, you idiot!
Barges, tell us what happened here.
Chaldea, you're here. Just like you promised. But you can't be here. Leave. Go away. You need to escape. Britain fairies are. It's all my fault. I should have known better. Master, quick! Get inside the shadow border. It's not safe out here. Yeah, she just kicked the border like it was a damn football. Get the border out there, Manager. That's the magic energy eater Da Vinci wrote about in the report. She's sucking up Simba's life force. I'm trying, but we're staying. We're not. Huh, hang on. She's going away on her own. Guess she's not too interested in us. She's headed outside the city, I think toward Gloucester. And she's not alone.
The black dogs.
There's a bunch of black dog-like creatures following her. She's got them all lined up in procession. It's like Washington twisted real-life Piper into Hamilton. What's that?
The Black Calamity? Ich dachte, der Red Calamity. Ich weiß es nicht, zumindest eine Calamity, Mann. Und es wird nicht besser, egal welche Calamity es ist. Barges ist hier im Endeffekt komplett nicht mehr sie selbst und es ist echt schade, weil sie ja wirklich gut sein wollte. Leute, Gloucester. Ohne Murien. Nee. Es ist Sandemann. Es ist Sandemann. Es gibt nichts mehr zu retten, Mann. Es gibt nichts mehr. Es ist einfach alles so Schutt und Riede. Es geht einfach nur noch darum. Eigentlich sollten wir abziehen, Mann. Wir sollten einfach wegnehmen, Castori mitnehmen. Und Percival und einfach sagen, nee, weg, weil ihr seht, es ist nichts mehr. Es gibt nichts mehr zu retten. Es ist alles zerstört, alles vernichtet und jegliche Hoffnung ist zu Ende.
I've got the shadow border safely stowed away. Are you guys ready to head to the pit now?
Yes. Manchester has been completely destroyed. Given what was become of Barges, and the fact that she is now leading the procession of black dogs, I believe it would be best to refer as the calamity of the beast from here on. Regardless, though we could take her on now, I agree that we should make our way toward the pit first. I trust there are no objections. Hey, come on. Just cause it's true doesn't mean you gotta be so blunt about it. She might be feeding our enemy, but Barges was one of the few ferrets in Fair Britain.
It's okay. I'm not sure why Barges slaughtered all of Manchester, but whatever the reason, it's no surprise he became the more after doing something so horrific. I have no problem calling her a calamity now.
Okay, if you're sure, just don't punch yourself too hard, okay, Arturo?
In any case, we will have to fight Barges eventually, since she is the source of the fire spreading all over Britain. The walled city are still holding out, but the fire completely devastating the forest and the plains. It also looks like the smoke from the fire is gathering in the sky and forming thunderclouds. She's consuming the lightning to generate as the primary food force. The magic energy grows with every step she takes. We're going to have to stop her before she becomes a literally unstoppable monster.
Even now, we need to check on the pit first. There's both a red calamity and a black calamity, right? We can't go over until we know the enemy's strength. Luckily, the calamity of the beast is still moving slowly. She seems to be headed toward Oxford for now. At this pace, It'll take a good 4 or 5 hours to get there. That should give us enough time to come up with a plan of attack. Got it, Artora? Maxi? Do we really have to defeat her? Is there no other way?
No, there isn't. There's no getting the old barges back now. I hate to admit it, but Anine now figured out why she was gifted her name. It was to prevent her from becoming dead. But now, because I defeated Gawain, there was nothing to stop it anymore. The Black Dogs, the curse the Moss King put on the Fang clan. Maybe Barges always knew she was gonna becoming a calamity from the day she was born. That must be why she was so hard on herself, why she strived to be a model knight. Ah, what is that? What is that? Oh God, this cross! I don't want to look at it anymore.
Stop that lookout. What are you You can see the pit, can't you? Save the winding for later and put it up on the monitor now. Our primary objective is to acquire the sacred lands of Camelot, whether we use it or not. So, we need to get a handle on what's going to with the pit as soon as possible.
Yes, sir. Putting up it on the monitor now.
Es ist groß. Und es ist plüschig. What?
The black mist seeping from the pit is actually some with multiplied curse continuation. Whatever you do, don't touch it. It'll make you go insane and rot your whole body. Although, wow, this is amazing. The inside of the pit's almost like a whole other dimension. Every signal I fire at it just disappears. It's basically a cursed bottomless pit.
No, never mind the pit itself for now. That's the real problem. What are you doing, data collection? Get it to work already.
I'm trying, but I can't. I can't get a read on the magic energy or its spirit origin. I'm not even getting any real numbers for its mass of Relium. Even when I compare it against the pit itself, just the part we are seeing here is showing up as over 2 kilometers long. Whatever it is, it's impossible big. There's no other creature like that. Not even in the deepest ocean trenches.
Die Gottheit ist erwacht. Grimmer, is this the same god that was present during Britain's Genesis? Yep, that's Xenunos, the beast god. In Celtic mythology, it's the king of beasts, and the one who knows hell itself here. It's the being responsible for Britain's creation. That thing's why the old god of wisdom chose me to come here as his vessel. That's sad. He didn't mention how much it's changed. If this is his idea of a joke, I ain't laughing. That thing's way too big for anyone, human or fairy, to do something about. 2 Kilometer!
Steigt einfach aus dem Loch hinaus.
Steigt einfach aus dem endlosen Loch hinaus. Einfach so. I recognize that creature. Genau von der Zeichnung, von der Prophezeiung.
Is this really happening? Please tell me it's just a bad dream. Zeus, I can understand. He was a machine at least. Even the terror might not have been a massive mammoth, but it made sense for a frigid tundra. But that's a living creature. There's no way any living creature could be that huge, and it's just standing there, right in front of Camelot. We can't possibly go into the collector room yet now, or can we? What do you think, Mr. Advisor? Is there a chance we can pass that thing?
I hate to say this, Goredofl, but I simply do not know. We simply know far too little about the creature to say anything for certain at this point. I can't say that even viewing it through the monitor is enough to give me a palpitance. That creature is pure, concentrated curse. In fact, I dare say there has never been a maleficent god more powerful. It would be suicide to set foot in Camelot right now, and yet I suspect the creature is precisely why Queen Morgan prepared the sacred lances. Take a look at where she kept them.
Queen Morgan
was preparing a means to defeat that thing. She had a plan to protect Britain all along. Then we should go to Camelot, the sooner the better. I agree. Besides, the big guy hasn't so much as budged. Maybe he's just there, here, existing, and that's what he does. Plus, servants ought to be able to withstand some degree of curse. Du bist aber viel zu gut gelernt. So, I say, we do what Maxi says and head down to Camelot's throne room now before...
We can't. It's too late. It's all too late.
That haze looks like a hand. Na, genau wie das in Norwich.
It's the same as the calamity we saw in Norwich. Then, that must mean it was. Yes, the calamity was the Nuno's hand. One of many.
Now mind it now. That hand thing is creeping up the wall towards Camelot. No way, it's destroying the castle.
Our magic energy gauge is going haywire. The curse combination emanating from the pit is skyrocketing. It's currently at 640 million tons and still rising. It's some under tsunami of curses big enough to cover all of Britain.
Oh, das sind nur Hände! Hard to port. 180 degrees. We need to get out of the airspace now. If this starts all up the border, we are done for. Don't even let one of the fingers so much as gaze us.
It's no use. I'm giving all we've got, but we are not going any more altitude. Centaurus must have 100, 200. I can't even count how many heads as it got. There we are. You look, we can't avoid them at all, let alone get away from them.
Damn it, Da Vinci. What about the shadow border?
It won't work. Even if we could get everyone on the border in time, there's no way to run the ground covered in curses. There's no way out of this. I think this might be it for us. Contact the 765. Goodbye, it's been as well knowing you.
Nein! Es ist Koyanskaya? Was? In 10 Gottes Namen! Wieso hilft uns Koyanskaya?
We have visibility again. The sticky things are gone.
Engine outputs are back where it should be too. We can get out there, no problem now.
Oh good, that makes all the trouble I went to worth it. Now, do you all see why NFF service guarantees safety protection is the best in business?
That voice.
The honeyed-eyes, cold, dangerous, alluring, witchy voice.
That only can be Tamamo with Koyanskaya. Was zur Hölle? Und der zweite Disability. Na, Verzeihung. Helfer des faulen Gottes. Nein, eine Bestie. Wieso hilft uns eine Bestie?
Lady Morian, did you leave the lights off again? You're going to run your errands like this. I just got back from the coronation. I'm sure you've already here to turn up, but...
Bloodstains.
Morian! Oh, Koyanskaya, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. I still hadn't said a proper goodbye. Ah, perfect. I actually came here to say goodbye myself. Thank you so much for all your help with fundraising and production distribution in Gloucester. Moss may be the only new creature I managed to acquire here in Britain, but I still enjoyed some lovely days of thanks to your generosity. I promise to repay you this favor one day. As soon as I've finished making my primate zoo, you'll be the first to receive an invitation. That sounds great. But I'm sorry, I'm not sure what's going on anymore. I feel like I'm still dreaming, and once I wake up... You're worried you'll forget everything. Not to worry. I'm the beast of taming. Unlike humans, I never forget my debts. Thank you for sealing me your friend, my eccentric little princess. It would be an honor to purchase your joy and grief from my catalog. I'd never sell them, of course. I'm quite fond of you. I see then. Do you think you could pay me for them now? I was an idiot. I couldn't keep my anger, my hatred in check. I'm responsible for this. Should have realized who the true enemy was. But instead, I was used and manipulated right to the end. So at the very least. You'd like me to get your rent? You just leave that to me. I follow these bloodstains and find whoever. No, I want you to at least protect Britain. We fairies may be fated to die out. We can never atone for our sins. Even so, I still want you to protect Britain, to protect the land of the Fae. I don't want the great calamity to just wipe us all out of on its own terms. I want us to reach our destination, if it's the end of the line. Can I ask you of this, Chaldea? Even though you're all alone in this world, just like me. Protect Britain in the true sense of the word? Alright, I do it. If you're looking for me to protect rather than destroy, it's obviously what needs protecting. Rest assured, NFS Service has the situation well in hand. I'll make sure the ones who make the re-villains alive hardest stay safe and sound.
That's Koyanskaya's beast form. Marines, can you put it up on the monitor?
That's no use. Our cameras are being jammed, and our sonar's not working either. Ah! So keep those annoying pulses off on me, won't you? They're messing with my concentration.
Huh? Sonar jamming, huh? Us with Limbo. It's only a matter of time until we need to settle things with Koyanskaya. I was hoping to collect some data that would help us eventually subdue her, along with some inspiration from my destitution.
Well, are you going to escape or not? This emergency evacuation service expires soon. If you need my services again, it's going to cost you dearly. Right, get us out of here double quickly. I certainly don't want to be stuck in a preposterous bill, but we'll pay you full for this service eventually. You can count on that, as surely as you can count on the bruises we left you with after our battle in Olympus. Oh, in case it wasn't clear, that was reference to the fact that we trounced you during the... Crap! We just lost some of our power and engine again. Can it, chaps? You're messing up our motivation.
No, it's not that. Pressure's building up on the ground again. It looks like even Koyanskaya could only hold it off for so long. Miniru, get us out of here. Whatever you have to do, do it. I don't care if you have to ruin one of the Triton centers. Make it happen.
Aye, sir. I apologize to engineer later. And that's as far as different this can goes. The rest is up to you, Chaldea. As for me, I think it's time that I return to my headquarters. So, this is Nuno's curse. Easy to mistake it for a weapon capable of destroying the world. But this curse isn't meant for enemies from the outside. It's for cursing your own kind, and yourself. A curse of self-destruction. The only way I could defend the ship from it was to absorb it myself. What a sorry state of affairs this turned out to be.
Heißt es, Koyanskaya hat sich hier gerade etwas geopfert für uns? And so the Chaldean ships barely managed to escape from central Britain. Barges, now transformed into an enormous calamity of beasts, continued wreaking havoc in other cities. Having crawled out from the pit, Nunos continued exuding seamlessly endless curses. The fairy villages that dotted Britain's forest burned to the ground, which itself began to crack and fall apart under the strain. 2 years have passed since the storm border first set out with the goal of saving Britain. They couldn't save anything. The residents of Norwich came to blows over who would escape on the two ocean liners, eventually devolving into murderous mobs of fairies and humans. In a barber shop on Main Street, a kind young human man confronted a fairy woman who had succumbed to panic. The resident of Oxford, who had moved there with the hope of becoming the next privileged class, were destroyed when they were unable to fend off a Morse attack. Without the Fang clan here to protect them, they were utterly powerless. Although Salisbury managed to defend itself by locking its gates closed, it was coming to an even more gruesome end than any of the other cities. Londinium continued to burn in silence. The few remaining round table soldiers welcomed the fairies who fled there and did their best to fight off the Moors. Though in truth the Round Table army's soldiers were already badly injured and no longer able to fight. So the fairies who sought refuge there summoned up the last of their courage to defend the soldiers for as long as they were able. The residents of Gloucester disappeared relatively painlessly, one at a time. A young girl who had been freed from the Western Ranch some time before made the journey back to Gloucester after a series of trials and tribulations. She braved her way through the flames to rescue the former master, a failure of a fairy who had been helpless without her. After a tearful reunion, the girl and the fairy joined hands before being swallowed up by a fissure in the ground.
This is horrible. All of Britain's beauty is gone.
Indeed, Miss Carolite. Once the other Lostbelt's trees of emptiness were gone, they disappeared as well, but the inhabitants were none the wiser. This is nothing like that. Britain has experienced a true apocalypse. Even there were some reason that the land of the Fae had to meet such a dreadful end. I shall never be able to forgive the architects of the catalysm.
Yes, well, I understand why you would be so heartbroken by this, Carolite, and you have every right to be angry, Holmes. But we still need to do something about it, yes? If left unchecked, that haze seeping out of the pit is going to cover the entire planet, right? Isn't there something we can do to seal the pit? No, there isn't. We can't even get close to Stormwater anymore. The 12 Romgoniards were our last stops, and they all been destroyed along with Camelot. There's nothing we can do to stop the collapse. Trismegard is the second predicted anymore.
I'm afraid she's right. Britain's destruction is inevitable now. And from there, that destruction will spread across the rest of the globe until proper human history, the Lostbelts, and everything else is swallowed up by darkness. I know, there's still hope. I'd hold out for another hour before giving up. Sure, the fairies' sins have been accumulating for 14,000 years. Sure, we are now faced with both the calamities the prophecy had predicted and the corpses of a god that just popped out of the pit. There's nothing proper human history can do about any of that. Ich hab null Ahnung, wer das ist, man. But all that stuff is also cosmic fantasy, only made possible by the situation. The British Lostbelt became its own proper human history by virtue of turning into a singularity. That is, a distortion in history. In other words, repairing that singularity will restore history, resulting in the other land of the Fae never having existed. And isn't that Chaldea's specialty? That's the same voice I heard in my damn dream before Nine! Oh, 9! Yes, I recognize it too. I know it anywhere. 9! Leute! Es ist Merlin! Oh my god! Hey everyone, Merlin, the Mage of Flowers is here at last. Sorry to keep you waiting for so long. Now come on, cheer up. It's not like you all give up so easily. In fact, the real battle here in Britain is just about to begin. Was zur Hölle, Mann? Und wieder hat er... Ich liebe den Dude, Mann. Oh mein Gott, Mann. Wie in 10 Gottes Namen. Okay, wir haben ja am Anfang hier, die erste Szene war ja, dass wir hier das Paradies wieder gesehen haben, die Reverse of the Earth, bla bla blub.
Oh, schade, ich hatte kleine Plüschi.
Überlegt euch mal, wie Großbritannien ist.
Und seht euch mal an, dass man den sieht.
Oh mein Gott, Mann. Er hat's wirklich, Mann. Also der dritte Akt ist wirklich absolut Payoff, Mann. Also jedes Kapitel ist das einfach nur noch krass, Mann. Und fucking nochmal. Mein Boy Merlin ist da, Mann. Unser Grandcaster. Leute, wie es weitergeht. Und dass er immer noch eine Hoffnung sieht, die Welt zu retten, gibt uns doch ebenfalls eine Hoffnung. Ich würde sagen, an dieser Stelle machen wir jetzt erstmal einen kleinen Cut. Und beim nächsten Mal geht es dann weiter mit Let's Play Fake Grand Order, Pharaoh on Table, Avalon le Fae. Die Musik ist immer noch so episch. Bis zum nächsten Mal.